Ugh. I guess when I said never again, I really meant once or twice more. Okay. 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 The Hall of Echoes once more. Our home away from home. Close indeed. You almost became a god, and instead you're still... you. At least you managed to murder one of the 7. Quite the spectacle. I've never seen anything so... Let's talk about this later. I need to rest. We've still one big jump to go, but... it'll have to wait.
She casts her gaze around, taking in the streaming bluish ether. She breathes a deep, ragged breath.
At least, it's quite beautiful here, isn't it? I'm going to take a rest, sort myself out. I suggest you do the same. Speak to the ship if you need me. She'll know where to find me. This may be your last bit of respite before the storm blows in again, Godwoken. Enjoy it. You deserve that much.
After all that's just happened, life, every flawed morsel of it, seems more precious to you than ever. You look around at those who have accompanied you so far. In each one, something unique shines through. Divinity has eluded you so far, but humanity beats strong within you, here and now. Who knows what lies ahead for you, for your companions? Your quest failed. The void is growing stronger, and the hall is dark. You feel the need for some affection. Perhaps they feel it too.
Yeah, no thanks, Chief. We've spent enough time together lately, don't you think?
She pries loose her hand and wipes it on her clothes.
Ugh, sweaty. Sorry, dear, but I've no intention of getting sweaty with you.
His smile is like a conquest. His chest, swiftly moved against yours, a battalion ready to breach.
When all is at its darkest, the soul longs for the light of love. Lead the way, my darling.
As you move to go below decks, the live wood creaks and groans. The steps you thought you knew lead you to a part of the ship you've never seen before. A newly carved nook that smells of resin and wood chips. Touching the wall beneath your fingers, the live wood hums at your touch. You understand that the Lady Vengeance has carved this space for you in gratitude for your help. You enter and feel the presence of the ship recede, offering you the total privacy of a moment alone with your companion. The first moment you have been truly alone together.
Well, well. It's not the top of a white marble tower upon which a bed awaits beneath an infinity of stars, but I suppose it'll have to do.
He walks over to the bed, sits down and pats it invitingly with his hand.
Come, sit next to me. I've got something for you.
As you sit down next to him, he produces from the depths of his garb a magnificent glass bottle, delicate of shape and sapphire of color.
I've held on to this ever since my expulsion from the Forbidden City. I was going to open it upon my return, but this...
He looks you lovingly in the eyes.
This is an even better occasion. You are being honored with something quite exceptional. Wine, but no ordinary wine. This was made from the grapes of vines that meander along my palace's walls like the curious fingers of lovers. It's a drink sought after by emperors and artists and philosophers. One bottle such as this can ransom a king. Which is only appropriate. This is, after all, a wine to die for.
He pours 2 glasses from the bottle. The wine is so dark as to be almost black. He holds out one of the glasses to you.
Here, let's toast. To us.
You drink, and it's magnificent. A taste that is warm and sensuous, like a prelude to ecstasy spreading itself through your veins. Then, just as sensuous, his hands are like the vines he spoke of as they meander all over your body. You kiss, and you keep kissing, entangled in one another's arms. All the while you pull at each other's clothes, until finally the very last of them is discarded upon the floor.
Ifan, to behold you in this naked glory is to surmount the boundaries of existence and step into a more perfect universe. Let gods and divines keep their powers. To feel you and taste you and be with you is all I need. I hunger for you, Ifan. There's no stopping me now.
His mouth against your ear, he whispers.
How do you want me? Then I need but to be myself.
He picks you up with arms strong enough to move boulders, kisses you eagerly, and lays you down upon your back. He leans over you, his hands traveling up along your inner thighs, his breath and his body hot along all of your length.
Even if you go on to become a god, you will always remember this night.
And there it is. You wake, and all is warm and smooth and just as it should be. The Red Prince's hands still glide along your every curve.
My word, I just can't bring myself not to touch you. Good. Then we can stay here forever. But of course we can't, can we? How perfectly horrid.
He rises and starts to dress. You follow suit.
To see you dress. Truly, the world has never witnessed a greater crime.
I thought you'd forgotten about me, darling. How goes your little endeavor?
Almira gives you a devilish grin and traces her finger along your forearm.
I had a feeling you'd be one to watch, my dear. I'm glad to hear my faith wasn't misplaced. Take whatever time you need to gather yourself, my friend. When you are ready, we can proceed.
Yes, I am sorry. She had me built to her exact designs. Not even I know all the ways in which she can control me. She was able to follow my wake like a shark. But I will see myself destroyed rather than be forced to betray you again. I swear.
It shall be done.
Melody's face is drawn. She seems tired, somewhat subdued. She looks you over and squints.
What's wrong with you? You seem happy. It's written all over you. In truth, I'm glad to see it. A joyful God is a just God. I've had some time to think, and there's a few matters I want to discuss before we carry on. I doubt you've forgotten the death of Meister Siva.
She swallows hard and closes her eyes for a moment, as though trying to dispel a dizzy spell.
She and I had a deal, you see. A deal that's now quite obviously defunct. According to its terms, I was to help you ascend to divinity, and she was to help me with another matter. The details aren't important now, it's just... never mind. Another entangling alliance. But I won't be able to disentangle it on my own. There may come a time when I need to count on you as an ally. So, are we? Allies, that is. The details are detailed. Suffice it to say that Meister Siva believed she could help me. And I believe you're twice the sorcerer she ever was. So? That's something I don't often hear. Thank you. Really. Moving on. I found out where Dallas is heading. There's a great city not far from Driftwood, Arx by name. It's controlled by Magisters, so you'll have your work cut out for you. We have to find out what she's planning to do with the powers of the Seven. You'll need to find her and take back what she stole, and quickly, before she does something irreversible. Dallas, or any of the others for that matter, cannot be allowed to use the powers of the gods. She doesn't understand what must be done. She doesn't understand how to rule. It's quite simple, really. Chaos is a fact of life, surer than any other. Power is one of the few structures that can cut a line through that chaos. If wielded well, that line will mean stability, order, a comfort against the unknowable, changing forces of chaos. If wielded poorly, the line will mean domination, terror, different from chaos, but no better. Dallas, and the others like her, Alexander, the Mother Tree, the Prince of Shadows, they are little better than demons, really. They seek power at the expense of others, not to create stability, but to create servants. Look at my face, Godwoken. What do you see? I suppose we all see what we want to see. When I look in the mirror, I see balance. Balance between darkness and light, between good and evil, whatever those categories mean. When the time comes for you to ascend, remember my face. Remember that despite any shortcomings you might have, if you can bring a semblance of balance to the world, you'll have done as good as the Seven did. And if you can be stronger than them, you'll do all the better. The Seven are gone, slain by their Godwoken, slain by you. You have the potential, the obligation even, to do better than they did, to create a better world than the world they made. I know what evil is, Godwoken. I've seen what chaos can do. It isn't how I picture Rivellon's future. You are my insurance against that. Now, there's little time to spare. We need to get you to Arx, find Dallas, take back what she stole. Shall we go? Very good. How lucky for you I'm on your side. I'm probably the only one masterful enough to transport an entire ship safely between the land of the dead and the land of the living. Captain Malady stands at the ready.
After the briefest moment of respite, Malady brought the Godwoken to Arx to recover the divine powers Dallas had snatched away. But the half-demon's secret was taking its toll on her.
Lucian! Fools! The bastard's going to ruin everything! Brace! 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 Don't say anything.
Malady groans, her face twisting in pain. She falls to one knee, catching herself on her hands. She raises one hand and raises herself to her feet.
Now, no need to fuss, I'll be fine. It's just that traveling between the realms Isn't easy, you know. It takes something from my soul each time. But never you fear. I've pulled a clever trick out of my sleeve. The Lady Vengeance stands in two realms at once. A body here, a soul in the Hall of Echoes. You can still return at your leisure. At least I got us where we wanted to go. This is Arx. This is where Dallas has fled with the powers of the gods. This is where the path to divinity leads. Dallas must be stopped. She has stolen the powers of the Seven. You'll need to get the Aetherin back if you're to fight the God King. You'll need it if you're to ascend. Track her in Arx. Find out where she's gone and end her. Take back the Aetherin and the powers of the gods with it. You cannot fail, Godwoken. Not for anything.
You see the crash? The ship? Are they void-woken? Thank the gods. There are void-woken within the city. I fear they are outside it too. But it seems Lucian's spirit watches over us. We are spared. For now. Do as we do. Stay far away from Arx until the trouble's clear.
Ah, hello. Please, if you're in need of supplies, now's the time to stock up. There's no telling where you'll find another trader, such as things are. You'll have to forgive my limited stock. The incident in the harbor was... well, I was lucky to escape with my life, much less anything to sell. Voidwoken. I was taking inventory of the stock I brought to sell in Arx when the harbor was suddenly overrun. It was horrible.
Me too.
You! I read about a lizard matching your description in the latest dispatch. And now there'll be another tale about you for our war owls to whistle across the four corners of Rivellon. You saved my best paladins by the skin of their teeth. The lads are brave, but they're no match for Voidwoken, especially right off the back of chasing down Magisters. I tell you, they'll be chanting your name in the mess hall tonight. Of course, word travels, especially when you have a network of highly trained war owls. There's been a steady stream of reports flying in about a sorcerer matching your description, getting into all kinds of trouble. Let me say, I hope you're not bringing it here with you.
She eyes you curiously.
You won't find the leader of the Magisters walking in the open in Arx, not after what they've done. This is Paladin territory now. But check in with Lord Kem. He's conducting an investigation of all the Magisters in the barracks. He might know something about her whereabouts. Well, you've heard that the Magisters were colluding with the Black Ring, right? After the Voidwoken first attacked our city, Lord Kem investigated and put two and two together. It all makes sense now. To think they blamed all sorcerers. The only question remaining is why? Why? The Magisters have a lot to answer for. Those left alive, that is. Obviously. Take care. I doubt this is quite the city you were expecting to find. I didn't get the chance to thank you earlier. Without your help against the Voidwoken, things could have been much, much worse. So, thank you.
She eyes you curiously, eyes narrowing in her hard face.
Are you serious? You won't find the leader of the Magisters walking in the open in Arx. This is Paladin territory now. But check in with Lord Kem. He's conducting an investigation of all the Magisters in the barracks. He might know something about her whereabouts. Take care. I doubt this is quite the city you were expecting to find.
Well earned there. Great to have your skills on board back there. You're a handy friend to have. First, we were chasing off Magisters, then Voidwoken. then magisters, then... Look, it's been a long one. Maybe I'll just enjoy my drink, if you don't mind. Captain Oro will be more useful to you than me.
I salute you, Monster Slayer. That a hero like you would arrive on Lucian's Day, well, it gives me hope. Well, we're glad you were here. On Lucian's Day? You'd better believe it. City's a bit of a mess, it's fair to say, but the worst has passed. We'll have the place cleaned up in no time. Between the Voidwoken and the arrest of the Magisters, we've seen more than a few casualties, but the city herself is intact. We'll mourn our dead and rebuild. Arx persists.
She looks at you derisively and spits on the ground, close enough to your boot to make her point.
If she is, Lord Kem will want to know. Kem commands the city now. Seems the Magisters have been dicing with dark magic. You'd have them to thank if there were any left. Many fled. Those who didn't died or ended up in a cell. Stay safe.
A pale young man gazes at the square, seemingly lost in his thoughts. His face and clothes are daubed in what appears to be red paint. Nearby, a canvas sits upon an easel.
I didn't just see it, I witnessed it. Now I must preserve it upon canvas for the generations to come.
He nods, a faraway expression on his face.
The great schism of the Divine Order and the ruination of Arx. This will be my masterpiece. I usually only display completed works, but, well, this painting's raw power is already plain to see. Here, feast your eyes.
He gestures to the canvas. It's completely covered in the same shade of red, layer after layer. It's sodden, dripping onto the cobbles.
You see it. You truly understand it. Oh, blessed be your vision, and sorrow upon the past that bestowed it upon you. Red is the only shade that matters. Life and death, true passion from within the artist.
He tugs back the sleeve of his tunic to reveal a blood-soaked cloth bandage around his wrist.
It was my father's technique. He was the finest painter of his generation, and he used his own blood for his masterwork. The final panel of The Sacrifice of Lucian. He was also quite the sorcerer. Magic-infused blood can be used to produce the most vivid effects, if you're skilled enough. Self-preservation is a petty concern. I must put the spiritual above the corporeal. I must finish. For the most part. A copy can be seen at the Great Cathedral, here in Arx. I visit frequently, for inspiration. But the original panel, the one that my father used his blood to depict Lucian's final sacrifice, was given to Lord Kem a long time ago. He keeps it locked away somewhere in that mansion of his. A masterpiece like that should be on public display for all to see.
Someone! Please, you've got to help me! My wife, they want to kill her! She didn't do anything wrong. She was just trying to save lives, but no one will listen. You have to help, please. Of being a good person. Please, there's no time. They'll kill her. Go!
We gather. The paladin looks up at you through a bruised and swollen eye. She spits a gob of blood on the cobbles before she speaks.
Come to see the show, stranger. I'm afraid you've missed most of the slaughter, but there's still blood to be spilled.
Step back from the prisoner. You are interrupting a paladin court, stranger.
You can't call this a court until the end of days, Kem. It's still a disgrace.
The prisoner will be silent. We are beyond accusations. This once paladin is guilty of refusing orders and protecting supporters of the Black Ring.
They were boys.
Local boys that signed up for steady pay in a slick uniform. A couple of white traitors doesn't mean every Magister is in league with the Ring.
At best, you are a coward. At worst, you are a traitor. In either case, the sentence is death.
Without looking once in your direction, Kem hefts his sword.
It is time, Paladin.
Kem, please! Kill me if your damned honor demands it, just not here. Not in front of Marie. Take me to the dungeon.
Justice must be seen. It cannot take place in the shadows. Make your peace, Paladin.
Please, don't do this. Not in front of her.
May her sin be forgiven and her name forgotten. This we pray in Lucian's name. Now, back to your duties. There is much to do.
The body stays there. Kem's orders.
Her wife can drag her away when Kem says so, and not before. You let them kill her. You... Oh, sweet Lucian. Oh, blessed divine.
Greetings. I hope you enjoyed our little show. It may have escaped your notice, but we have just taken over an entire Magister barracks and the whole place has to be searched. So, what is it? The Lord Dread lies in the harbor, but the hammer isn't aboard. Nor is she among the piles of Magister bodies. But rest assured, your help is not needed. My paladins will find her, and she will face divine justice. No. The paladins will root out this evil. It is our burden. But do not fear, we will find her. And I promise you, if she is involved in this Black Ring conspiracy, she will suffer justice.
The old warrior steeples his hands and stares at you as you speak. When you're done, he sits back, silent for a moment.
I knew she was mad. But this, I never imagined. Very well. We know that Dallas and the Whites conducted their heresy from these barracks. If they were all working for the Black Ring, and I believe they were, there must be some sign of it in this building, perhaps even a safe house. We don't have much yet, but we will tear down every brick until we find their wretched hiding hole, and then we'll haul Dallas into the light. Not much, at least not yet. The White Magisters were in these barracks when the fighting began, an entire cabal of them. If we find them, we will find Dallas, I have no doubt. They ran like rats from a burning shed, so they must have left some clue, some trail. Find it, follow it, and bring me the location of their den. I know a lot more after your tale. Using the Aetheran to steal the source from the world? She's lost her mind. Although much as I despise the creature, I have never known her to be a coward. She fought well in battles against the Black Ring. Wherever she's hiding, she will not go quietly. I pray it helps. Voidwoken at one gate and the Black Ring at the other. We need to stop this madness. Do you need anything more? And? What of it? Be quick. I've other matters at hand. She disobeyed orders. She paid the price. I won't shed tears for some traitor. The Whites have betrayed the memory of Lucian in the most heinous manner. We've had our suspicions, but when Lord Ahu proved their collusion with the Black Ring, it was time to act. We put a stop to their treason. The Order must persist. The Order must endure. The Magisters can no longer have power.
Lord Ahu? Surely you've heard of him. Rummage around in your childhood memories, pick a legend, and you'll find a scrap of a tale involving one of his feats. More recently, he's taken the most honored post as the Keeper of the Cathedral, where he oversees Lucian's final resting place. It's no wonder he took an interest in the White Magister's crimes. Their betrayal is one against the late Divine himself.
Goodbye.
If I were a white, where would I hide something?
Dallas, you snake. Where are you hiding?
Oh, Pilgrim.
May Lucian return.
The prayer seems to echo in the hollow space inside you.
May Lucian return.
May he return indeed. May...
I pledge my heart, O Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my soul.
Greetings. Have you come to join us in the endless prayer? Or do you wish to walk the path of blood? Lucian's day wouldn't be the same without the faithful gathering to petition for his return. The more voices that join our cry, the better. Ah, the path of blood is a more advanced form of pilgrimage. I would not advise it unless you believe yourself to be free from sin. And trust me, none are free from sin. The path of blood ends in death for those who attempt it. Consider yourself warned. The signs suggest that if we pray hard enough, Lucian will return to save us. Every year, we gather to offer our prayers in his name. We stand united, hoping that he will favor us once more. It was Lord Ahu's creation. He is the crypt's keeper, of course, and oversaw the construction himself. He couldn't have done it without the help of Sanders, though. Quite a talent for engineering, that one. Spends most of his time tinkering with toys nowadays. Such a pity. But that's the price you pay for genius, I suppose. Oh dear, but I'm afraid he has retired to his cathedral chambers. He is preparing the Lucian's Day benediction and must not be disturbed.
I pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return.
For heaven's sake, would you please... Oh, ever so sorry. I thought you were that rotten butler about to warn me once again to take the ocular, not the tactile approach. I swear I've a mind to beat him to death with the nearest dictionary I can find. Because that little snob thinks me unworthy of being in his precious lord's mansion, appraising his precious lord's collection of antiques. Just you try judging the state of a Vedistian armoire if you're not even allowed to rummage through its drawers. Oh, he's all blood and battle, all right. Until you show him a Ferolian snuff box or an ancient imperial fainting couch, then he's as giddy as a cat in a field of catnip. He knows very well I'm the best in the business. Asked me to value his collection personally. I'm merely appraising the many antiques gathered in here in this beautiful mansion.
A roguish little smile suddenly plays upon her lips.
What else would I be doing? Takes more than an empty threat to convince me, honey. Off you trot.
The door does not open, but it feels alive. It feels like it's examining you, or at least one of you. The door is examining Losa. The door does not open. A creeping sensation comes over you, as if the door were examining you.
Lohse. The doctor will see you now.
Lohse, the doctor will see you now. Lohse, the doctor will see you now. End of the hall.
The nurse rubs his hands together in glee at the sight of you. His palms are slick with some oily substance.
Do you faint at the sight of blood?
He leans in and whispers, his voice hoarse with a desperate longing.
Would you like to?
Ah, how good of you to come. And you've brought my favorite person in the entire world. How are you, Lohse, dear? It's odd seeing you here among my things, my practice. Usually it's me who visits you.
I've come a long way to find you, you bastard.
Ours has been a story for the ages, hasn't it? You were nothing but a two-bit minstrel playing host to a carousel of visitors, and I was... well, I was doing quite well. But now I'm even better. We've become so much more together than we ever were apart. We stand at the edge of divinity itself. Hand in hand, we'll cross the ultimate threshold.
Hand in hand. Ha! As if I don't know you better than that by now. There's no we in this scenario. You want my body for yourself.
If that were true, I'd be looking out through your eyes right this moment. We both know I could if I wanted. We both know I could do anything I wanted. But I don't. Why? Because I respect you. I respect what we've accomplished together. And most of all, I respect where we're going from here.
Ha! Respect! You wouldn't know respect if it cut off your tongue and shoved it down your throat.
I won't deny I have had my less than dignified moments. You're difficult, Lohse. You know that? You push people to the edge, and then you're surprised when they get desperate.
I've pushed you to the edge. You've been sucking the joy from my life for what feels like an eternity. You're nothing but a sad little creep, desperate to be something more than you are.
I have given you everything. The powers of the gods. Freedom from their relentless demands. Everything I had, I laid at your feet. And you react to me with this anger, this hatred. It defies logic. It defies explanation. There's nothing left I can do for you, Lohse. Nothing but feel sorry for you. And that I certainly do. But make no mistake, this changes nothing. You are mine. Mine and mine alone. I don't need your consent. I only need your soul.
Hey, everything okay?
She flings her hands into the air, closes her eyes and laughs.
I feel real.
She twirls in place, then stands straight, arms at her sides, still smiling.
I feel like I can take on the world. As for Dallas, bring it on. Hey, everything okay? Well, I'm still quite keen on getting this parasite out of my head. First that, then Dallas. Oh?
A mischievous smile spreads across her lips.
Between you and me, huh? Now, there's a thought. When we first met, I thought there might have been something there. A spark, you know. But I guess it faded. A bit, anyway. No telling what'll happen after all this, though. I mean, I'm open if you are. Well then, let's hie us onward. Suddenly, there's an especially tasty carrot at the end of my stick.
I wouldn't do anything wrong, mister. You gotta believe me. Let me out, please. I'm not a mistake.
The boy beams like the summer sun. You see some of you in him, from a simpler time when the future looked bright and endless.
You're so cool. I bet you've been everywhere. Can you tell me a story? Really? And then you woke up on the beach? Oh, man.
The child's glee quickly turns to sorrow. Tears come in great, shimmering droplets.
Can't you let me out? The Magisters put this collar on me because I can make fire with my fingers. Then they just left me here. They're so mean.
I've been asking myself the same question. They said I did some really bad things, but I'd never do anything wrong. Never, ever. Oh, please, let me out.
You gotta. You just gotta. Just light those candles. It's easy, I swear.
He gives you a look that is at once hopeful and hopeless. One last tear slides down his impossibly pink cheek. A hungry kitten couldn't look more plaintive. You see Diana clad in spore armor. She holds the finished helm in her hand, wrenched from the corpse of a paladin at her side. She places it overhead and stiffens.
Yes, Ancestor. Show me. I want...
Her head wrenches violently towards you. A moan escapes the helmet, followed by a trickle of bright blood. Beneath the helm, fever-bright eyes snap to meet yours.
Why do you come, human? Rat? Come to steal, feed, infect?
I am Diana. A scion. More now. The Magisters bring their war. Destroy our ancestor trees. But not all. I escape with spore armor. And the ancestor inside teaches me.
She approaches you, the vines on her armor lashing as her voice becomes a chorus.
You come just as I finish. We are complete. One skin. And we only begin. Yes, I want to reunite our people. Once. But the ancestor shows me. We are never united. Never truly one. But the ancestor makes more spores, and we become one. Do you see? Everyone. There is no separation, do you see? Human, dwarf, lizard, all one. All equal.
She suddenly snaps straight, trembling and rigid. A voice booms from the helm. Not
Enough. I have shared this shell long enough. Your purpose is done. I have outgrown you.
No! I see what you mean to do. You tell me we forgive them, save them. Not...
The armor writhes and screeches, cutting her short. It slowly unfolds, and whatever is left beneath the vines is no longer Diana.
They poison our soil with death fog. It is for the ancestors to remember, not to forgive. And you alone witness, and so I do you this honor. You are the first to feed the harvest.
Hurry along now. You'll need to find Dallas before it's too late. That's for you to discover. Arx is right. Take care of yourself, Godwoken.
Sadness grips you at the sight of the ruined lizard consulate. So much has been lost. The sky burns red, and ash falls at your feet. Ruin calls to ruin.
Her people were severed in twain. No matter her visions, a dream of peace would never come true. I said it would be so. The dreamer is bound to this breastplate. She tried to lure the Empress away, and was sacrificed to the Devourer.
Huge claws wrap around your chest and squeeze. With your ribs about to shatter, an orb of pure energy appears in your palm.
I am the Devourer, a dragon who darkened the skies of Rivellon. And I have chosen you as my champion. The spirit of the dreamer shall obey. Tell her to bring you to where my spirit rests, and I shall bestow my power upon the armor you wear.
Something heavy cuts through the air, like the whip of a gigantic tail. The vision ends, but a cold presence stands behind you. You see billows of golden sand stretching beyond the walls and worlds that roll across the portal's surface. It isn't clear if the portal allows return travel, but you're inclined to doubt it. The Red Prince cocks his head, then peers into the portal more closely. You follow suit, and notice a spot of red beyond the sandy swirls that you missed before.
I see destiny. We must enter. There's no time to waste. I've heard of such portals. They're rare creations of the House of Dreams, leading to planes where dreams manifest as reality. After you. Horror sleep. There must be dreamers close by. Be careful. Death here is death in real life, too.
Good evening, my prince. I trust you sleep well. I am here to tell you the truth. The terrible, deep-down truth. The inescapable, deep-down truth. The princess is not your truth. She is a lie. She is a terrible lie. You are here for the truth. You're not going to like it. Your greatest fear come true. That you are not enough. No, you are not enough! You are not enough. You were never enough. You will never be enough. Come face the truth. Come face up to your lies. You are not enough!
The glass in the mirrors shimmers and tears. Reality shifts. Apparitions take shape, and they seem familiar.
You are not enough. You were never...
My prince, with your every step towards me, my heart beats more happily. Come and look at the fruit of our union. A dragon, as yet unhatched. And there are more eggs lying upon velvet cushions in my tent. Dragons to be. Yet all too vulnerable as they lie dormant in their shells. What is yet unborn will one day spawn an empire. We must protect them, my love.
The House of Shadows cannot touch you here, Sadher. Protect them from whom?
The God King.
The God King? But why?
It seems inconceivable to me now. But in my blackest hour, I turned to him for guidance. You must know, my prince, I was desperate. The House of Shadows closed in around me, determined to kill me before I could become the mother of dragons. Then there was a voice. Promises of protection and power in Kingdom Come. I became sworn to the God King. But when I saw his followers, the vilest creatures one could conceive, I realized how poisoned his gifts would be. I did the only thing I could do. I appealed to our old champions of the House of Dreams and fled here, into a world untouchable by our foes. But I cannot stay here forever. Our children must return to Rivellon and fulfill their destinies. However, as long as I'm sworn, as long as the God King lives, this is impossible. The burden falls on you, my love. Only you can save us.
The Red Prince nods his thanks to you.
There's only one course of action left open to us. I must face the God King and kill him myself.
My prince, your children will help you. Here, take one of the eggs and engulf it with fire. Do so, and your child will be born, ready even now to fight by your side. With a single breath, you'll usher in a new age, a new creed before which all must bow, a dawn of flame.
Sadha, the child will be a dragon, yes, but to expose it to such danger, I'm just not quite certain this would be the right course of action. Very well. My child will skip the cradle for combat. I wouldn't have it any other way, really.
The God King must burn. Under your joint command, let my offspring be the all-consuming fire. I agree. You and he have long been on the road. I suppose you trust one another. The God King must burn. So under your joint command, let our child be the all-consuming fire. Now go, and take this ring with you. It is the ancient circle of suns. By this ring, I make thee one with fire. And one day, one more battle, my prince. Then we will return to our empire as king and queen. Our children will flourish, and the world will be theirs. Our marriage will unite the houses of war and law into the House of Dragons. That is how it will be. The prophecy will be complete.
They embrace, lips hot upon lips.
Yonder portal will take you back to Rivellon, where the God King awaits. Good luck, my prince. I love you.
And I love you.
The shell cracks open. A small dragon's head becomes visible. It looks at the world around it and roars, flame bursting from its mouth. Though but moments born, you can already feel the terrible power of this creature.
Look at it. Isn't it magnificent? A tiny titan, ready to burst forth with unstoppable force.
The dragon hears its mother's voice and roars again. Spreading its wings, all of the shell gives way. It has happened. For the first time in millennia, a great red dragon is born. You approach the dragon and take it in your arms.
Yes. Go with your father, my darling. Make me proud.
The dragon nuzzles you with its snout, happy in its father's arms. A bright red flame surrounds you both, but does no harm. It is the magic that binds you to the dragon.
Your soul has bonded with your child's, my love. Call for it, and it will join you in battle.
Off the dragon soars, ready to heed your call.
After all this time, the prophecy has come to pass. I am the father of dragons. How glorious, my child.
May our child reduce our foes to ashes.
The consulate garden is easily glimpsed from your side of the portal. Instinct tells you that once you enter, you will not be coming back.
Well, that was fun. But alas, all good things come to their end. Time to get out of here.
Free, not anymore.
Hear ye, hear ye! Suspect in Alexander murder found dead in Driftwood. Hear ye, hear ye! Magister's routed. Lord Kem's paladins back in charge. Hear ye, hear ye! Void woken attacks increase. Citizens warned to be alert. Hear ye, hear ye! Kraken sighted at sea. Several ships missing. Hear ye, hear ye! Magisters colluded with Black Ring. Paladins clean house. Hear ye, hear ye! Queen Justinia confronts rebel factions. Dwarven royal stands tall. Hear ye, hear ye! Paladins promise the Good Counsel School will reopen soon. People respond, no hurry! Hear ye, hear ye! Stranger threatens kid, town crier unhappy!
She sticks her tongue out at you, then gets back to work.
Hear ye, hear ye! Trouble brewing in the ancient empire! Dallas strengthens border defences! Hear ye, hear ye! Lucian's day arrives! Hopeful pilgrims take the path of blood! Not if you're without sin, it isn't. Hear ye, hear ye! Dwarven wedding interrupted by void woken! Brave dwarves party on! Hear ye, hear ye! Cranley Hubert publishes latest edition! New book already out of date! Hear ye, hear ye! That's all the news that's fit to shout!
Not too loud.
Sabile's voice sounds from over your shoulder.
I would speak with Sahela, my kin. Thank you.
Sabile, you join us here at the edge of the abyss. Are you prepared for the coming war? The mother stands tall. The elves are prepared. We must listen to her. The mother mourns you, Scion. You hurt her. She bids me tell you that you should reach your goal. You must remember us. Remember your kin, Sabile, when the time comes. Save us from ruin. War is coming. We shall harrow the earth with the blood of humans, lizards, and dwarves, and from it a new forest shall grow. It gives me joy to see you, Sabile.
Sahela keeps her expression carefully blank. Sabile turns away. She looks troubled.
Isn't it obvious? She's insane.
There's a curious-looking panel discreetly nestled upon the wall. Upon it is a lone button. There's a slot in the center of the button. It looks like something should be placed in it. The amulet fits the slot perfectly. The mechanisms around it begin to glow with source. The button slowly sinks into the wall, as if pushed by an invisible hand. The source fades from the amulet, consumed by the inner mechanisms of the button. Gears turn behind the ancient walls, almost like they're acknowledging the words you spoke. A nearby hatch in the floor unseals itself. You recognize the approaching child. He is hardly a picture of innocence. His cheeks aren't rosy, but sallow. His smile isn't curious, but crooked.
Surprise! You left a little boy to rot in a prison cage, and yet I made it here. What do you say to that, eh? What do you say to that? I'm not a little boy. I'm not. I mean, I can see why you'd think I am.
His voice changes, becomes deeper, rougher, older.
Really, I'm not. Say hello to your mistake.
A razor smile unfolds upon his lips, but his eyes are gone. The light in them has turned black. Any time he may have had as a sane and functional human is well and truly over.
Yes, my Lord Lucian, I'm coming. I'll free you. I'll protect you. I'm coming, my lord. I'm coming, Lucian. I'm coming. I'm coming right after I...
You come here often. I don't know what you did, but you just released a source blood. I thought I'd come and see what all the fuss was about. Should have known you were getting yourself into trouble. Glad I made it too. I'm pretty sure there's more death fog out there than actual air. Arx is barely more than a mess of corpses. The work of the Dwarven Queen, I'm told. Looks like the big moment has finally arrived. I will do everything I can to support you, Godwoken. I will pray for you. I think you'll need it. Don't underestimate the power of true prayer. This is a place of incredible power where a single prayer holds the weight of thousands. Your heart and soul will fill as quickly as they're drained. Consider it a taste of your divine future. The people will pray for you. In turn, they'll trust you to do right by them, as I'm trusting you to do now. Of course, it's up to you whether or not to listen. I know how I'd respond, but you do you.
Malady wearily chuckles to herself, then bows her head in a show of unexpected but sincere reverence.
Looks like my investment's paid off after all.
You've shown me kindness in the face of my sins. My worship is the least I can offer.
Now go. Rivellon needs a new divine.
Well, this is it, Quackus. Hold on to your tail.
Any use?
If I'm Godwoken. Dallas said you would come, old friend. You were always hard as diamonds, and twice as bright. Your divine welcomes you.
The traitor himself, the divine you once selflessly served, the one you thought dead, lords over the chamber from a granite throne. He moves to speak, but it's Riedeman's voice that next pierces the air.
What a twist.
Lucian frowns at Riedemann, then bestows a benevolent smile upon you. All that you know of him flashes across the panorama of your mind.
I underestimated you, Godwoken. You have proven to be a formidable foe. You have my respect.
Respect? Indeed.
Lucian's gaze rests upon you and goes through you. He takes your measure entirely.
Lucian, we should tell him the truth.
Yes, I agree. It is time we dropped our masks.
Dallas nods, then reaches for the sides of her head. Where there was one face, suddenly there are four. She takes off the mask of the shapeshifter. A skull is revealed, bejeweled and ancient as the void.
I am eternal.
Aren't they just full of surprises?
Fear not, old friend. Dallas is on the side of all that is good. She is helping me rid Rivellon of the influence of the Source. Listen to her.
I shall tell you the tale as I told it to Lucian. Long ago, the scholar Fane discovered that the veil between the world and the void was made of Source. Our 7 lords desired this power.
Of course.
Silence, slave. Our king forbade the 7 to reach for this power, but they didn't listen. Instead, they rebelled and sent the king and his people into the void.
With the Source they stole from the Veil. The 7 created the races so they would have worshippers.
During their lives, worshippers collect Source. When they die, the gods feed from them. It's an ingenious system.
Our souls are nothing but vats for the Source-hungry gods.
The 7 made a mistake. By taking its source, they tore a hole in the veil, and it is through this hole that the void finds its way into our world.
The 7's lust for power let in the void. Our goal is to close the hole they created, to restore the Source to the veil. When we are done, there shall be no more Source in the world. Rivellon will be finally free from the gods that enslaved them.
My people cannot be allowed to return from the void. They are tarnished. They are void-woken. They can only bring chaos and death and...
There is more, but she hesitates to share it. Then she decides that she must.
I was a child when the God King tore my family apart. I was purged of Source and left to rot in a putrid tomb. A child. It was hell. A hell I suffered for the sins of my father. He was the one that betrayed the God King. He was the one that told the 7 the secrets of the Veil. The cruel joke of it all is that the same tomb that housed my tortured body is what sheltered me from the void. Few Eternals escaped that fate. Myself, my mother, and my father, the scholar Fane. But now I finally have revenge. Revenge on the 7 and the God King. Revenge for what they took from me. My life. My people! My mother!
The hammer's voice falters and her coolness vanishes. Every crack and rasp betrays her grief. But her next words burn not with sadness, but anger.
He never even looked for me. He never even looked for her!
Dallas, control yourself. Our purpose transcends your personal wounds.
Yes. You are right.
Dallas's reasons weren't mine to question. All that ever mattered to me was peace. Peace for Rivellon. Peace for me, whatever the means. And now, we are on the precipice.
She sacrificed herself for the betterment of Rivellon. She didn't do it willingly, mind you. Curiosity led her to the tomb. My hunger for Source took care of the rest. I presume her bones remained there. And then I took her place. Face rippers are such marvels, aren't they? It didn't take long to realize that Lucian was the key to my vengeance, and I was the key to the salvation of Rivellon.
While Dallas sought the Aetheran, I started draining the gods of their source.
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
One more word from you, and I shall use the leash.
I had to hide from the gods. So I had the walls of this crypt equipped with tenebrium and protections put in place. It worked. Everyone, even the gods, thought me dead. As divine, I was created, empowered to stop the void. I was the avatar of the Seven, their strength and their weakness. My bond to them allowed me to drain them of their source.
Yes, in a sense. When the death fog was unleashed, many elves died. With fewer elves to worship him, Tias and Dilius weakened. This gave the God King his first real foothold back in the world. To strengthen himself, he sent his Voidwoken, the remnants of my people, to hunt down the sorcerers seeking to reclaim their source.
The Voidwoken. Disgusting things. They ravaged the land they touched and infected the air they breathed. They were also an incredible stroke of luck. You see, blaming the sorcerers for Voidwoken made them easier to capture.
The Eterra now contains almost all of the source the Seven stole. Soon, we will be able to heal the Veil.
The void shall be banished, and I, Lucian the Divine, shall return from the dead. A false divine, of course. I shall have no power, but the world will not know this. I shall demand peace, and we shall have it.
The plan is almost complete.
We have made so many sacrifices, Ifan. All of us. Of ourselves and those we love. One last sacrifice is required. For the future of Rivellon, you must surrender your source.
Decide. Be the true hero and give up your source, or be forced to submit. Like a coward. Like a slave.
There is no other way. The source of the world is required to close the veil. All of the source. We only lack yours. Ifan, my friend. These were sacrifices that had to be made. You were but one. Each of them pains me, but I would make them all again. I made so many sacrifices, Ifan. And now, so must you.
As I say, one last sacrifice is required. Yours. Good. You understand.
The world shall not know this. I shall return from the grave, a divine without power, yet all who desire power shall fear me. I shall carry the secret of my lack of divinity. Peace shall reign.
We already had more than enough Godwoken.
Another sacrifice I was forced to make. Those beautiful people. Alexander was Godwoken. Once, years ago, I should have killed Damien, but instead took him as my son. Quite the mistake. Now, I was forced to kill Alexander, my blood. But once more, I could not.
The task fell to me.
And me. Maggot, I am no slave. I am Brachus Rex. I am the Source King.
With a flick of her wrist, Dallis sends a jolt through Brachus's body. He writhes in pain.
Don't worry, he's well under control. He's made a fine servant. Isn't that right, ingrate? I used him to find the Eteran. When we're done, I'll release him from his duty and free him from his pain. Until then...
Dallis punctuates her statement with another wrist flip. Brachus shudders, but his lips remain curled in a self-satisfied grimace.
I do not expect you to approve of my means, only the ends.
We are not afraid of being the villain to your supposed hero. We're not nice. We're just right. Then let us proceed. Show some responsibility. Surrender your source.
You'll be a hero. Everyone will know of the sacrifice you'll make. Your name will be synonymous with the survival of Rivellon.
Don't let them do this to us!
But our souls, there has to be another way.
No, never!
I understand. Sacrifice takes courage, but I shall help you. Though it pains me, your sacrifice shall be made for you, Dallis.
I'm sorry. You've come such a long way, but there is too much at stake. This is the end.
Are you feeling poorly, Dallis? Good. You shall not seal the veil. And now it is time. I call on the God King. Come, claim what is yours.
How? What? You are unleashed!
Friedemann cackles in delight at this turn of events. His unbridled glee slithers into your veins and throttles your heart.
You left the leashing wand next to me, you stupid maggot. So accustomed had you become to me pretending to be your slave.
Kill him!
Do shut up, you tedious buffoon. And don't look so surprised, as if I would allow that bone-bag Dallis to enslave me. Me? You should have listened to Tarquin, you worm-ridden wench. Nobody enslaves Brachus Rex. I am Brachus Rex. I am the Source King.
This is not the time for talk. Kill him, now!
Too late, you mouldering, blight-stained pigs. Grant me power, my ally. God King, I call on you. You would interrupt Brachus Rex? You would interrupt the Source King? You shall redefine suffering. The God King hears my call. He sends a companion worthy of my power. Come to your father. Come to the Source King.
Lucian struggles to rise, but the weight of his own pain leaves him to gravity's mercy.
My time is done. But your source burns so bright I'm all but blinded by it. Be wise and true, Godwoken. I am no hero, but wisdom and truth. These are values I always believed in.
Dallis groans in pain.
I have failed. The future of all that is rests on your shoulders.
This is it. I can hardly believe it.
She casts her gaze around the crypt in awe.
After everything we've been through, after everything we've seen, here we are. Here I am. And now that I see godhood before me, I know what I have to do. Chief, I need to ascend. The demons of the realms, the souls they're destroying, enslaving, souls just like me. I need to stop them. I can bring balance back to Rivellon. It has to be me. Then, that's all there is to say. I won't be pushed aside. This is too important. I hadn't pictured it like this. I mean, I guess I hadn't pictured it at all. Well, good luck, I guess. I mean, I'll put you down in an instant if you make me. But, good luck.
Listen, this is it again. We've come a long way, you and I. But I won't settle for anything less than divinity. I've had my vengeance. I've won back my name. And now I can transcend. What greater saga than the slave becoming a goddess? I will.
Here we stand, once more on the cusp of divinity. But this cup, so long thirsted for, I willfully let it pass from me. All my life has been a lead-up to this. To be the King of Kings, God of Gods. I will not say it was in vain, but I will say it was vanity. If I were to chance upon my throne right now, I would sit down beside it, cast my glance to the horizon, and think of worthier things. I'd think of Sadher, my great love. I'd think of my children, their joyous dance through fiery skies. And of course, I'd think of you, of the adventures we had and the night we shared. That wondrous expression of joy when all was at its darkest. Yes, I'd sit there, thoroughly contented, and wait for you to ascend the throne. I know.
A mischievous smile.
But I do have to add, likewise.
You think back on your journey here, on all that you have seen and done. You think of the Magisters, and the sorcerers they hunted, and of the good and the evil on both sides. You think of how the Eternals came as Voidwoken to reclaim their stolen world. You look at the source around you. The power is immense. Divinity at your fingertips. You think of what you could do with such power. The rights you'd wrong, the wars you'd win. You marvel at your journey and how it has changed you. You think of those you left behind, and of those you met along the way, who stood by you or against you. It's time to choose your fate, and the fate of all you hold dear. What shall it be? Shall you be divine? The world fades and twists and mutates. You're in the Hall of Echoes now. It reshapes itself around you. Those who stood with you or against you are no longer there, but you know they cannot be far. This is where you shall decide once and for all, by trial of combat, who shall ascend. The Godwoken may die here, but a new divine may rise. After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aeteran lies in front of you. Divinity is yours to take, or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your own fate and the future of the world. What shall you do with divinity?
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. A new divine rose, a true heir to the Seven, more powerful than ever, and united Rivellon in its battle against the Void. All across the realm he was loved, worshipped, and adored. Humans, lizards, elves, and dwarves all rallied to his banner. The Great Allegiance stood once more, but the war continued. From the depths of the Void, the God King still sought to return. As for me, my last hope of ever being freed of the God King's terrible tyranny faded when the Godwoken claimed divinity. An eternity of pain and suffering is mine. I cling now to the dream that one day the veil will be sealed, that one day I can be freed, that one day a new Godwoken will rise.
Well, well. Look what the cat dragged in. A god, no less.
He smiles at you fondly as he takes you by the hand.
You've done us proud. You saved the world, didn't you? No. We were all of us instrumental, but only one walked away with divinity. I'm glad it was you. Home, if you don't mind. After all, I've dragons to raise. I need to teach them to be good boys and girls before they set the entire world on fire. There may be an accident or two along the way. Please don't hold it against them. I do so long to see my palace again. The Forbidden City. The scents of spices and incense. The sound of sitars in far-off rooms. To sit all day in perfumed shade and watch the white of the marble change with the journey of the sun. But above all, I long to be with Sadher. Long to finally have the time to love. That is not to say, of course, I could ever forget about you and the intimacy we shared. When all is at its darkest, the soul longs for the light of love. Remember? I'm glad we were one another's light. Oh, but before you go, remember how when we first met, I took you by the jaw to inspect your teeth? Not something one forgets in a hurry. Now, if you'll recall, despite lacking a sense of fashion, as per your own testimony, you can cook and groom. Two quite indispensable talents. At the time, of course, I couldn't have foreseen the adventure ahead, but now that it's quite over, I'd like to renew the opportunity for you to become my slave. What say you? But where are you going? Really? It's the lack of manners that I find so unforgivably disgraceful.
Malady stands tall and proud, sunlight sparkling off her mask. From here, she looks almost angelic.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit. I'd say you owe me, but why state the obvious? Get an eyeful, Your Holiness. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some time.
She turns to you, arms crossed, and grins.
Look at you. Magnificent. Don't I know it? Let's hope it pays off.
She fingers the mask covering her face. For a moment, it seems as though she's about to remove it. But instead, she places a hand on your shoulder.
We've come a long way together. I did my best by you all the way. I sacrificed much. And I'd give even more to see you become exactly what you've become. Soon, I'd like to have a little chat about something you can do for me. But I believe that can wait. Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same. Oh, I don't know, around and about. Treat myself to some mead, a lover or 300. I'd say we've earned it. And when the time comes, I'll come find you. Your Holiness.
Beast Spirit smiles as you approach, and begins to sing a tune you think vaguely familiar.
You hear the wild beast just sails on the ocean. He's docked in the bay and coming your way. Off on the yawn, you hear the commotion. He's docked in the bay and coming your way. Your cupboard can't hide you, nor can your berth. His daggers don't care about the gold that you're worth. He'll bury your bones neath a mountain of earth. He's docked in the bay and coming your way.
He pauses, then continues to hum, all the while working his ghostly whiskers.
My goodness. Here we are, Quercus. This is it. What do you mean, Quercus? Of course I'm prepared. I have my noble steed below me, and my trusted shield beside me. What more could I need?
His whiskers crack into a mischievous smile.
And I may have cracked the spell that will stop the great acorn in its furious tracks, if that's what you mean. That's...
Sir Laura turns to you, his beady eyes shining with pride.
I owe you an apology, Shield. At the start of our journey, I wouldn't have believed a human would lead me to the discovery that would save us all. But I see now that my prejudice was foolish. Without you, Quercus and I might still be stuck on that abominable prison island. Now here I am. Here we are, on the brink of saving the world. Indeed, Quercus and I will find an advantageous location and do just that. Meanwhile, you must prevent the servants of the Acorn from interrupting us.
Salora takes a slow, deep breath and lets it out in a rush.
You feel it, don't you? It's so still, but there's something behind it too, like a thunderclap waiting to fall. The great acorn is nearly here. Its servants are poised for impact. We've known this moment would come. Now it is time to put my research to the test. I am ready. Quercus is ready. And you, Shield? What say you, Quercus? That's good enough for you? Then it's good enough for me, too.
Salora grabs your pinky with his tiny paw. He gives it a decisive shake, then salutes.
No matter what happens next, Shield, there's something Quercus and I want you to know. It has been an honor. Now, onward!
Well, if it isn't the new Divine gracing me with his presence. How honored I am. That is the question, isn't it? How does one top the greatest feat of necromancy ever conceived? I might have the answer to that. Tell me, have you ever heard of Gustafsson? No, of course you wouldn't. It's a written language, unreadable to most, but myself naturally. It comes from a mysterious race from another world, beings that feed on minds. I intend to seek them out. This Gustafsson seems to guard portals to their realm, and once I've uncovered one, well, why settle for being the greatest mind in just one world when there's another for the taking?
You're the new Divine. That's so cool. What's it like? Neat. I'll be counting on you. There's also the matter of my payment for all the stuff I've done for you. That'll be...
He taps his fingers and mouths silently while he counts, until he arrives at an acceptable figure.
1,300,000 dozen and 50 gold pieces. Now pay up. It is so. But if you can't pay me in money, then I'll just have to insist you keep me on until you can. So, what position can you offer?
Han ponders your suggestion for all of a second.
You got it! Everybody better watch out. Han'll get you if you come too close, but you better believe the bill for that will be a doozy.
Lohse winks and curtsies in playful reverence. Her spectral gaze twinkles. A slight grin crosses the spirit's face. Whether her smile is sincere or not, you can't be sure.
I see great potential in our new divinity. I don't expect to be disappointed.
I suppose it's time for me to explore a new form of eternity.
It gives me almost as much pleasure to speak to you as it does to be whole again. I will always be an ally to those that carry swords, to those whose blood is of the heroes of old, and so, as always, I am at the ready. Consider me to be a gift from Malady. My wood was splintered, but my spirit intact. It was a great feat, but given her skill, not a surprising one. I feel better than new.
You look out to the endless beyond. The sun's light plays upon the waves, just as it always did. The sails flutter in the wind, just as they always will. And yet, something is different. You are different. And with a start, you realize where you must go next. You speak the command to the Lady Vengeance, and another chapter begins. War raged on. The ancient empire of lizards became one of the pillars of the new divine alliance. The houses of war and of shadows were particularly useful in the fight against the god king. The empire used the war to expand its territory. Justinia returned to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven kingdom fought for the divine, and her loyalty was unquestionable. Many fine and courageous dwarves did their people great honor, in battle and in death. With Lucian gone, the elves reluctantly rejoined the divine alliance. Their place in the war on the Void would entirely depend on the integrity of the new divine. And here and there, across the world, what was left of the Black Ring fought on. The island of Fort Joy remained a sorcerer's paradise, a place of exile for those whose sorcery threatened to bring in the Void. For their well-being, its residents depended entirely on the benevolence of the new divine. Reaper's Coast struggled on. The farms and the fisheries fought to feed the people against the Voidwoken blight. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still. Driftwood teetered on the edge of starvation until the night the Voidwoken came from the sea. All were killed. This did, however, put an end to the famine. The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Young Han grew up a warrior and became one of the Alliance's greatest generals. But even he could not win the war. With a new divine at the helm, Malady had a powerful ally. But she was in no hurry to call in her favor. After all, it might be the last thing she ever did. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again. The undead priestess Gratiana remained in her sanctuary, happy to wait for the war to pass. She was troubled only by the silence of her goddess. Jehan the demon hunter never stopped hunting for demons. On his return to the Empire, the Red Prince was hailed a hero. He married Sada, and they had many more dragons. Soon, the prince became the emperor. Faced with dragons, the Void did not gain the upper hand in the Empire. And then there was you. You, Ifan Ben Mesd, the Silver Claw, the redeemed divine. What did you do with your power? What kind of divine were you as the world battled on? Did you show mercy or strength? Did you sacrifice others as Lucian had done? Did you regret becoming divine? Did you wish you'd surrendered the power that runs through your veins and sealed the veil? Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.